Welcome to your Ethereum News Roundup. Here's your latest for Thursday, August 22nd, 2024. Layer 2Beat outlines the fraud-proof Trilemma, Polynomial introduces Trade 2.0, and Succinct Labs releases a guide for upgrading an OP stack chain into ZK. All this and more starts right now. L2Beat, a Layer 2 analytics platform, published an article detailing the current state of fraud-proof systems in optimistic rollups. The article introduces the fraud-proof trilemma, which highlights the trade-offs between safety, decentralization, and promptness in fraud-proof systems. L2Beat points out that optimistic rollups are vulnerable to resource exhaustion attacks, where attackers might economically outlast honest challengers. The article also discusses the importance of the challenge period length, emphasizing the need to provide sufficient time for challengers to contest invalid state roots. Despite the economic incentive challenges faced by fraud-proof systems, they remain relevant today because they currently offer greater scalability and lower costs compared to existing ZK rollups. Polynomial Protocol launched Trade 2.0, its advanced leverage trading platform built on Polynomial Chain. Initial markets for ETH, Bitcoin, and Solana are now live. Trade 2.0 features support for limit orders, cross-margin trading, and gasless transactions. The platform's liquidity was initially seeded from early stakers on Polynomial Chain. The first version of Polynomial's perpetual swaps exchange, Trade 1.0, has facilitated over $4.7 billion in trading volume on OP mainnet since launching in March of 2023. To incentivize activity on the new perp stacks, Polynomial is distributing 1 million protocol points per day to Trade 2.0 users. Polynomial Chain is an OP stack layer 2 that features a native liquidity layer designed for derivatives applications. And lastly, Succinct Labs introduced OP Succinct, a new design for upgrading an OP stack chain to a full ZK rollup with minimal changes. OP stack chains currently post compressed transaction data to layer 1 as blobs, and the system uses a dispute game to verify the state. The upgrade to a ZK rollup replaces the dispute game with a zero-knowledge proof system, allowing anyone to post the rollup state by providing a validity proof. The transition process involves modifying contracts to verify ZK proofs, upgrading the OP proposer to manage and submit proofs, and implementing a ZK proposer that generates and verifies witness data using the Kona prover. The implementation is a collaborative effort between Succinct Labs and the OP Labs team. In other news, 34 million Ether is now staked on the Beacon chain, Privy supports webhooks, and Etherscan releases a token standard checker. This has been a roundup of today's top news stories in Ethereum. You can support this podcast by subscribing and following us on X at ETH Daily. Also subscribe to our newsletter at ethdaily.io. Thanks for listening. We'll see you tomorrow.